Have you ever felt someone drifting away from you without a word of explanation? They don't argue, they don't speak bitter words. They just gradually disappear, as if you never truly existed in their world. Avoidant individuals do not cry out in distress. They remain silent. And it is that very silence that confuses and hurts you the most. Hello, I'm Jim Rohn, and today we will decode the silent cry of the avoidant for connection. A cry that not everyone can hear. If you have ever been abandoned in silence, or if you are someone who constantly avoids connection, watch this video until the end. It may help you understand something no one has ever told you before. And if you want to explore more about human psychology, don't forget to hit subscribe, because understanding can change the way you see every relationship in your life. When they walk away, it's not because they don't care, it's because they care too much. Sounds contradictory, doesn't it? But this is the paradox of an avoidant. They don't leave due to a lack of emotions. They leave because their emotions are so intense that they don't know what to do with them. Think back to a moment. When you start a deep conversation, when you reach a part of them that few ever touch, they suddenly chuckle, change the subject, or avert their gaze. Not because they don't care about you, but because they are not used to being fully seen. Or maybe you've experienced this. When you try to comfort them on their weakest days, they force a smile and say, "It's okay, I'm fine." But you can feel the invisible distance between you, a wall they put up even while standing right next to you. And then, when the relationship becomes more serious, when attachment starts making them feel vulnerable, they find a way to pull back. They say they need space, that they are not good at love, or worse, they disappear without a word. Not because they lack feelings, but because to them, feelings are something unstable, unreliable, and full of the risk of being hurt. You see, this isn't coldness. This is a survival mechanism, not because they don't want to love, but because they don't believe they can love without getting hurt. They have opened their hearts before, and the price was too high. Maybe it was a painful childhood romance, a distant family, or promises that were never kept. Over time, they learned to protect themselves by needing no one. So, if you have ever loved an avoidant person, you will recognize this. They will never fully leave, but they will never truly stay. They will keep you close enough to feel safe, but not close enough to be vulnerable. And you, the one who stays, will always wonder, what did I do wrong? You could be the warmest, most understanding person, willing to stay even when they push you away. But if they never truly open up, if they only pull you close enough to keep you in their orbit but never truly embrace you, then this is no longer love. It is a cycle of hope and disappointment, of waiting and letdowns. And the most heartbreaking part is that you may not even realize you are slowly losing yourself in the process. You become so consumed with deciphering their signals, trying to understand their fleeting appearances and disappearances, searching for meaning in the midnight texts they send without contexts. You tell yourself maybe they are trying, maybe they are changing, maybe if you are patient enough, loving enough, they will choose to stay. But here is the truth you need to face. You cannot love someone on their behalf. An avoidant person can only learn to love when they are truly ready to face their own fears, when they understand that love is not a trade-off between freedom and attachment, but a balance, when they realize that opening their heart does not mean losing control, but finding a true companion. And this cannot be forced, it cannot be rushed, it cannot be built from just one side. So if you feel like you are the only one trying, if you are always the one waiting, if you realize that this love is draining you more than it is making you happy, then perhaps the bravest thing you can do is walk away. Not because you are giving up on them, but because you cannot give up on yourself. You deserve a love where you don't have to convince someone to stay. You deserve someone who chooses you completely, not just in moments of loneliness. You deserve a love where you don't have to worry about whether they will be near or distant tomorrow, whether your messages will go unanswered, whether your presence is a burden to them. Love is not about waiting for someone to become ready to love you. Love is about meeting in the middle, And if they cannot take that step forward, then perhaps the only thing you can do is walk away. Not because you don't love them, but because you have learned to love yourself. Because hope, no matter how fragile, is still a powerful whisper that they are trying. They may not say it out loud, they may not express love in the way you expect, but if they keep coming back, if they seek you in their weakest moments, it is not by accident. It is a signal, a sign that despite their hesitation, despite their overwhelming fear, a part of them still longs for connection. And that, dear friend, is not a small thing. If you have ever loved an avoidant person, or if you yourself are struggling with the fear of intimacy, remember this: healing is not a destination but a journey. Sometimes it begins with a single moment of awareness. Sometimes it begins with stopping the chase or stopping the escape. If these words resonate with you, consider staying. Subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts, and join the conversation. Because where there is understanding, there is a chance for change. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, don't hesitate to share. A small action from you could be the guiding light for someone lost in their own fears. Until next time, be patient, be wise, and above all, be kind. Dear friend, in the end, I want to tell you this: love is not a game of waiting, nor is it a battle to win someone's heart. It is a choice. One that must come from both sides. And sometimes the bravest choice is not holding on, but letting go when you realize you are loving someone who is not ready to love. If you have ever loved an avoidant person, you know that feeling. The hope in the moments they open up, followed by the disappointment when they pull away again. But remember, real love does not keep you guessing, does not leave you feeling uncertain or inadequate. You deserve a love that is steady, clear, and whole. Have you ever been in a relationship with an avoidant person? Do you see yourself in these words? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your story might help someone feel less alone. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found this content meaningful, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. And don't forget, be patient, be wise, and above all, be kind. See you in the next video.